Thank you so much, Mr. Pankaj. So sorry, but once again I request you to please join me on stage. Can I please request Mr. Rajiv Mishra from ETH to kindly join us on stage to present a memento to Mr. Pankaj.
हाँ थोड़ी देर वीडियो बना लो.
Thank you so much for this case study. Everyone, can you please put our hands together? Thank you so much, Mr. Pankaj. So with this note, everyone, yes, please, now you all may proceed for well-deserved lunch. So I request all of you to please proceed. Everyone out there, I request all of you to please join us back at 2 and please enjoy the lunch. We're going with the next session soon, and I request people, especially sitting at backside, can you please request all of you to come forward and be seated? Everyone who are sitting at back, we would really appreciate if you come forward. Thank you. Everyone to be seated. Everyone who are outside, now we are all set for the next session. Can I please request for the case study, Aruna Sharma to join us on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Aruna Sharma, ADDL Chief Secretary, Panchayat and Rural Development Government of Madhya Pradesh. Case study on usage of government for DBT and fiscal discipline. Over to you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Basically, I was asked to devote maybe around 20 minutes to present you the case study that how we can bring in a fiscal discipline by bringing in the e-governance model. As we are looking into it, what has happened is we do have very strong accounting e-governance modules where we have a state set for a corporate or even in the government sector at the ministry level. But the whole fund revolves down the line to villages and to panchayats. So if you have a look at it, a huge amount of money, which is in a state like Madhya Pradesh, to a tune of nearly 20,000 crores of rupees, is getting executed to this lowest tier, what we call it as a Gram Panchayat. You can well imagine a similar kind of a money is being spent by every state government. This money is coming from multiple silos. It is coming from different departments of the government, but the end receiving bound is the Gram Panchayat. Now, this, as per fiscal discipline, they are subject to the post audit through the local fund auditors. They are also subject to a sample audit through CAG. But if you bother to have a look at any of these audit reports, it is amazing to see that instead of getting into the merits of the fiscal discipline being followed, or going into the utilization effect of the funds that has been transferred there, 90% of the observations are the account books are not kept properly, double entry is not being done, the records are not being shown, the records are not maintained properly. Now, this kind of a comments year after year, absolutely makes no sense as we climb the ladder. Because what are you going to do with this kind of a comments? It's as good as throwing it in the waste paper basket, which many of the CF friends will not be happy to know. But then it does not give any intelligent information in the process. So how does the e-governance step into this? In this we realize that we are expecting a similar kind of account keeping, what we expect in a corporate world, or what we expect at the ministerial levels, where we have an array of financial experts, we have an array of accountants, we have a system of account keeping, we have intelligent people who understand what is single entry, double entry, which understands the 8 mandatory reports which are required by the CHT. Now that a similar kind of a structure and outcome we are expecting from these people who are half literate. The head is a sarpanch. 50% of them may not be literate above school graduation. That is their level. He is supported by whom? A secretary who may be a 12th pass. He may be supported by another person who may be a 10th pass. Or there is rarely a graduate or an accounts expert kind of a person available there. Now these are the two ends if we want them to meet. One answer lies is to give them the expert members there, who are well trained, who can maintain these accounts, who can work upon it, an impossible task for another maybe a decade. So can e-governance step in? That is the question that we worked upon. And then we came up with a software called Panchayat Darpan. If you look at the software, in this software, the entire Panchayat Darpan software is based on understanding the level of the people who are actually executing and fulfilling the expectations of the level, which is actually putting in a fiscal discipline into the whole system. So this entire system of Panchayat Darpan is based only on 2 entries. One is a cash book and another is a work register. That's all. That is something very easily understood, easily comprehended, and that is something they are anyway doing it to maintain the whole thing. So you do a cash book entry, you do a work register entry. For each work, you create a unique number. The funds which were devolved from top to bottom, the entries were made of the funds given by the giver, not by the receiver. So giver will say, okay, I have given 5 lakhs, I have given 10 lakhs, I have given 20 lakhs, I have given 1 crore of rupees.